Hey y'all, I want to share with you I call it a warm-up practice. It's just a painting little practice or process that I do before I get to working, when I'm stuck or stumped or don't know what to do, or if I'm frustrated with a project or I need a break. I turn to this little painting practice that I'm going to show you. And what it is it's just painting circles onto paper and letting the circles, I call it kiss. You just let the circles just kiss one another, just barely touch. And they bleed into one another and they do some really cool things. Let me find this one. I really like this one. This one I actually dropped like other colors into the circles when they were wet. And of course these, they're not touching, but I just was filling in the blank space. But you can see, here's another, wait, where's this one? I really like this one. Look at the color combos, and it gives you great ideas for palettes. I don't put a whole lot of thought into, like I don't plan out what colors I'm going to put down. I lay one down and then I choose the next. So it's not a massive, it's very intuitive. It's not a massive amount of thinking. It's really just play. It's grabbing colors and saying, hey, I'm gonna put this one here, and then I'm gonna put another one next to it and see what it does. I'm gonna pull these palettes in because I know I want to work with what's on these. Oop, I got a little droplet right here. I'm just gonna pick that up. So let me get started. I'm using a mop. This is a mop brush that's kind of filbert shaped, and it's on the smallish. I call this smallish. You know, I could go up in size, but I'm gonna stick with this one. I like this one. So let me just show you how I get started. I use a good bit of water because you want this to be fairly soupy so that it moves, because you do want them, to bleed into one another. And I'm letting them go off the page also, just because I like the way that looks. So let's see, who's bleeding into who? It looks like the turquoise here is bleeding into the Payne's Gray. I am going to come get this turquoise and put it right here. Ooh, I love this color. Look at this color. Oh, now the gray is pushing into the turquoise. That's interesting. I kind of thought this was going to push that. I'm going to grab some of this color here. Ooh, that's bright. It's so pretty. Looks like the yellow is pushing the turquoise. I love this because I just like to learn like who's, I call them pushy colors. Who's the pushy color? Who's the pushy kid? Ooh, that's pretty. And so this one, it's so fascinating. The turquoise was intense about pushing the Payne's Gray. And then this, I think this is red oxide, is intense about pushing the turquoise. It's so interesting. This is Moon Glow. This is one of my favorite. Oop, I didn't quite touch there. This is one of my favorite colors. This Moon Glow is made by Daniel Smith, and it consists of, I think, ultramarine and alizarin and something else, maybe Payne's Gray, maybe. Let's see what happens here. Oh, wow. Wow. So pretty. Wow, the yellow is just not much happening. Just a tiny bit. That's interesting. Let's get some of this. This is, these paints here, I believe, are a hodgepodge of brands. Just in case you're wondering, they are Daniel Smith and maybe some Cotman, which is by Winsor and Newton. I don't know what's happening right there. And then the ones in the box, these box colors are Gonzai Tombi colors by Kiritaki. And they are wonderful paints. They have, they remind me of watercolor, ink, and gouache. They have, they're very like all of those, similar. I don't think I used this color similar to that color, but a little different. Let's see what happens here. Oh, y'all, I could do this all day. I really, really could. I do have lots of pages like this hanging around. Sometimes they turn into other works, like here's some I doodled on top of them. So I'll do, you know, I'll take them to another level. Sometimes I chop them up and use them in collage. I love collage. So I will do that with them. I think I'm gonna come along. All right, who else talks to themselves while they paint? Sorry if y'all hear me, if you hear me mumbling, I'm like talking to the paint and the paper. I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. Y'all know you do it too. I'm trying to get work fast. Sometimes I work a little too slow, and then circles end up drying on me, and then I can't, like, these are dry on the edges, just like that was dry, so it isn't gonna move or do anything, which is all right. Though I do try to get movement, and some of my kisses are super big, as you can see. I give big kisses instead of tinies. Ooh. I'm gonna see if I can get that to touch, just to see if it'll, oh, there we go. Got a little something. Where is that? Here. I'm just dabbing some extra pigment where I know that it's gonna push in. I sometimes do that. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just let it organically happen, but that's really nice right there. I'm glad I did that. I'm gonna come catch this edge here. I hit some Payne's Gray again. See if I can have something move. Nope. It dried, so no go there, but I could have something happen here. I'm gonna come into this beautiful turquoise color again, and see who pushes who. The red and the Payne's Gray both. Wow, so pretty. It's like intensely shoving that around. Looking for, I said I don't put a lot of thought into it, but I do try to balance things out. So that's what I'm looking for right here. I think I'm gonna go for this color down here. Oof. that red pushed into the, was it Payne's Gray? Or was it Moon Glow? Look at the Moon Glow. It dries, like the Payne's Gray dries pretty solid gray. I mean, obviously we've got other blues happening here, but the Moon Glow dries with such a beautiful texture. I'm gonna go for this right here. And I feel like I want another green. Let's go for this one again. Hit right here. My circles are getting smaller. Trying to let it kiss the blue. Okay, wow. The yellow and the red, the yellow and the earthy red. Pretty. Okay, and so I've got an opportunity here and a little opportunity here. We'll go for Moon Glow right here next to this yellow. Get a little more pigment up in here. Wow. One more space. I'm gonna go for that, even though I can't remember. I think it was this one. So we're just gonna go for that. I'm gonna make this oblong and let it touch the Moon Glow too. Oh, the Moon Glow. Now the Moon Glow is pushing into it. Very interesting. See that there? Encourage it. Woo, there we go. Look how beautiful as it dries. And that's what I love watercolors. Because you don't know, it's doing stuff right now down here. These are all wet, but as they dry different. They dry soft. Like this is so, it's so soft right here. It's softened out and here and all of this. It's just so beautiful. That's a little harsh with a little bloomy edges, but it's still really pretty. So this is so fun. I did what I painted on is a watercolor block. So it's, you know, it's thick and the pages are glued together. So once it's dry, I will come back and peel this off and let you see the fully dry piece. So see you in a second. Okay, the painting is dry. So I just wanted you to see how soft all the mixing and the blooms. Here's like a nice bloom. Here's some, just a cool edge. Look at this right here. It's so beautiful. Loving these three colors together and just how they look. And this here, so pretty. So since this is on a block, I was going to show you how to take it off, but it already started peeling, as you can see. So this one is like super easy. It popped right off, probably because this edge was so it was very saturated along these edges that sometimes it'll just peel the paper up, but you can see that it was, you know, a block that it came off of. and the opening to the block was right here. And actually, this is a fairly wide opening. They're not always that wide. I did a circular one earlier. It's a tiny bit wet right here, but I was gonna show y'all how this comes off of the block. So let me find the edge. I marked it so that I would find it. Here we are. So this is cool. I did the same, you know, just the same process, but on this groovy round paper. Okay, I just saw it. Here it is. So I am sliding my palette knife underneath. I happen to know that this pad comes off. Oh, it's a little harder to get off. Here we are. Sometimes if you just, you know, tweak the palette knife, it'll snap it. It'll kind of snap it off. And occasionally it gets stuck, and when it does, just kind of pull the knife like you would, you know, like slicing something open, like a letter opener. I hope I'm taking off just one sheet and not two. Yes, I am. Okay. I love watercolor blocks because they, like this thing had buckled a little bit when I had painted. That's why there's a pool here and a little bit of a pool here. But once it dries, it like stretches back out and dries flat. So I'm a huge fan of the watercolor block. Oh, come on. I have one more. There we go. There we are. Super cool. I love this one. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. We shall see. If I do something with it, of course, I'll show you. So, so there you have it. Neat little fun warm-up exercise for you to do just to get your hands, your eyes connected, to get you seeing color, feeling color, and just getting you in the mood for creativity. So happy creating, y'all.